Alright, welcome back into another episode of Bucko Booth. My name is Benson Fection, and I'll be the host of your show today. New platform today, so we've got some new stuff for you. If you're listening live on Spreaker, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, it's available there too, now just as Bucko Booth. So let's get into our weekly breakdown for the Pirates this week and see what happened, what the scores were, transactions, the usual stuff we do here to begin the show on Bucko Booth. So starting this past Saturday, the Pirates lost by a score of 7-2 to the Dodgers. Sunday, 11-7 loss to the Dodgers. Monday, Game 1 of the doubleheader, an 8-5 win. Game 2, a loss by the score of 8-1. Tuesday, in Cincy, 11-6 loss. Wednesday, 7-2 win. Thursday, an 11-5 loss to the Brewers. And yesterday, a 9-4 win over the Milwaukee Brewers. There were the transactions from this week. We've got quite a few to go over here. So starting on Saturday, the Pirates transferred outfielder Lonnie Chisenhall from the 10-day injured list to the 60-day injured list with a right index fracture. They placed right-hand pitcher Chris Stratton on the 10-day injured list with right side discomfort. Michael Feliz was optioned to Indy, and the Pirates selected the contract of right-handed pitcher Rookie Davis and recalled Dodis Neveraskis. They also sent Keone Kela on a rehab assignment to Indy. On Sunday, they called up third baseman Jose Ozuna, placed catcher Francisco Cervelli on the 7-day concussion injured list, and designated Jake Elmore for assignment while calling up selecting the contract of catcher Jacob Stallings. On Monday, recall right-handed pitcher Richard Rodriguez transferred left fielder Corey Dickerson from the 10-day injured list to the 60-day injured list with posterior right shoulder strain. Sent down Dodis Neveraskis, selected the contract of Alex McRae, sent Jung Ho Gong on a rehab assignment to Indy, and a trade went down. They traded for right-handed pitcher Yefry Ramirez and sent to the Orioles a player to be named later, designating right-handed pitcher Jesus Lorenzo. They also called up Mitch Keller and sent down Montana Durapo. On Tuesday, Pirates sent down Mitch Keller. Wednesday, they outrighted Jake Elmore to the Indianapolis Indians. He cleared waivers. And on Friday, Yefry Ramirez was assigned to Indy following the trade. All right, let's get into our weekly awards. Player of the week goes to Starling Marte, a .333 average, 11 for 33, a home run and 3 RBIs. Pirates go as Marte goes, and Marte was definitely going this week. Nice to see him getting hot. He had a great game last night. And yeah, it's different. You know, Josh Bell's in our player of the week every week for a while now. Changing it up with Starling Marte. If he can keep this up, we'll be golden. We know our record with and without Marte. Marte is a huge, pivotal part of this Pirates team. And as I say, Pirates go as Marte goes. Pitcher of the week goes to Felipe Vasquez. 2 1/3 innings in 2 games. 1 save, giving up 3 hits, a run, no walks, striking out 4. That's an ERA of 3.85 and a whip of 1.28. Felipe didn't pitch as much as we would have liked to see him pitch this week, but he did come in on his t-shirt night last night, and he was a nightmare for Brewers hitters. He was easy over triple digits, 101 multiple times, sitting at 199. He's the best closer in baseball, hands down. I mean, there's nobody that reaches the level that Felipe Vasquez does. He truly is a nightmare for the opposing hitters, and he continues to show that. Hopefully he can pitch more this week, because the more he pitches, the more we're winning. But overall, a fantastic week from the left-handed nightmare. Rookie of the week goes to Brian Reynolds, .419 average, 13 for 31, a home run, and 5 RBIs. Tell me we lost the Andrew McCutchen trade one more time. I mean, getting Kyle Crick and this stud Brian Reynolds in that trade, it's looking better and better and better every single day goes by. Brian Reynolds continues to rake. He just does it. He is anchoring himself down in left field. And to be honest, when Corey Dickerson and Lonnie Chisenhall return, I don't know what's going to happen. Because you have Marte, you have Polanco, you have Reynolds, and you have Cabrera. And you're adding 2 more outfielders to that mix. Now, Lonnie Chisenhall can play the corner infield spots. But there's no way right now you can sit Brian Reynolds. There isn't. Yes, Corey Dickerson is great, but at this point you cannot bench Brian Reynolds. You cannot send him back to AAA. Brian Reynolds is going to be the starting left fielder in 2020 because Dickerson will be gone. I mean, it's just a matter of time on that now. So good stuff from Brian Reynolds this week. Glove of the week goes to Kevin Newman. 24 total chances, 16 assists, 8 putouts, double play, no errors. And he made a hell of a play last night. Kevin Newman looking like Derek Jeter out there. And here's the thing with Kevin Newman. We've talked a lot about him over the offseason, a lot about him August and September. And, you know, we weren't that high on him. And then he's turning himself into a fantastic ball player right now. That's what he is turning himself into. He's been named the leadoff hitter for the Pirates with Adam Frazier now batting 8th. And Kevin Newman is turning himself into a very fine ball player. He's added back the weight. He can hit. He hit his first career home run this week, a grand slam. And he's now showing off the leather too. And as the back comes, the glove is coming with it. We're not seeing the 3 error games like we saw earlier in Chicago. And Kevin Newman is really starting to turn into the future shortstop of this team. Love Cole Tucker, but Kevin Newman, you're the guy. Good week for Marte Vasquez, Reynolds, and Newman. All right, let's talk about Josh Bell. An outstanding month of May wound up being a historic one for Pittsburgh Pirates star Josh Bell. There are good months, and then there's what Pittsburgh Pirates first baseman Josh Bell did in the month of May. This past month, Bell put together not just one of the best months in Pirates history, but one of the best months in baseball history. It was truly a historic month for the Pirate first baseman. 2 months into the 2019 season, Bell has 18 home runs, 20 doubles, a pair of triples. His 20 doubles and 40 extra base hits are both the most in baseball through the month of May. A lot of this damage came in May. During this month, Bell hit for a .390 average, a .442 OBP, and a .797 slugging, all of which were career best for a single month. His ISO was a ridiculous .407, and he posted a .501 WOBA and a WRC plus of 218. In May, Bell hit 12 doubles and 12 home runs. This made him just the 3rd player in National League history to hit at least 12 doubles and 12 home runs in the same month. The other 2 players, Hank Aaron and Frank Robinson, who both did it in July 1961. That's pretty good company, folks. To cap the month off, Bell went 2 for 4 at the plate in Friday night's victory over the Brewers. These 2 hits gave him 94 total bases for the month of May. This broke the franchise record for total bases in a single month. The previous record of 92 was held by one of the best hitters in baseball history, Ralph Kiner. Bell's 24 extra base hits for May tied a franchise record. By collecting 24 extra base hits, Bell tied the franchise single-month record for extra base hits. Once again, this put him in the same sentence as a Hall of Fame player. This time the player is Big Poison Paul Waner. Without a doubt, Bell should win the National League Player of the Month award for the month of May. His start to the season should lead to more hardware for the slugger, on top of being a shoo-in for the All-Star game. He is the big leader for the Silver Slugger Award at first base. He has also solidified himself as a legitimate NL MVP candidate. And what more can you ask for from Josh Bell to start the 2019 season? It appears the Pittsburgh Pirates will continue to be without a key member of their bullpen for a bit longer. 2 months into the 2019 season, injuries have been the biggest story for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The team has been forced to place a Major League leading 22 players on the injury list this season. This is certainly one category that you do not want to lead baseball in. One of these players is reliever Keone Kela. Entering the season, Kela figured to be a key member of what looked to be one of the National League's best bullpens. Unfortunately, that has not been the case. Last week, Kela started a rehab stint with AAA Indianapolis. After pitching an inning for the Indians on Saturday night, Kela joined the Pirates in Cincinnati and appeared close to coming off the IL. However, his body had other ideas. After throwing a bullpen session in Pittsburgh on Thursday, his shoulder pain returned. Due to this, the team will now shut him down from throwing for 10 days, and then they will reevaluate where he is at that point. Prior to going on the IL, Kela owned a 4.63 ERA 5.63 FIP, and a 22% strikeout rate, and 11 2/3 innings pitched. After a slow start to the season, however, Kela was starting to turn things around before getting injured. In his final 6 outings, before going on the IL, Kela had pitched 5 scoreless innings. He allowed 3 hits, walked 1, and struck out 3 in these 5 innings of work. Also, after appearing to battle a release point issue earlier in the season, his sharp curveball appeared to be back in those outings. The most concerning part about Kela's shoulder is that this has become a lingering issue. Last season, Kela missed most of September after being shut down with a shoulder issue. Now those shoulder issues appear to have carried over into 2019. With Kela on the shelf, the Pirates will continue to search for relievers to go with Francisco Liriano, Kyle Crick, and Felipe Vasquez. Outside of those 3 pitchers, the Pirates lack reliable relievers right now. The Kela injured, paired with a injury to Nick Birdie and the implosion of Richard Rodriguez, have put the Pirate bullpen in rough shape. So the question becomes, what do the Pirates do with their bullpen? What do they do? Because what's happening right now, outside of Liriano, Crick, and Vasquez, is not working. It isn't. You look at who's out there, and you look at sort of the depth chart, I guess, of the bullpen. I mean, the guys that are still out there, you got Richard Rodriguez, you got Jeff Hartlieb, you got Clay Holmes, you got Rookie Davis. Those are the guys in the bullpen. Again, all rookies, outside of Crick, Liriano, and Vasquez. So what do the Pirates do? Where do they go from here? Right now, Clay Holmes is probably the most reliable reliever outside of the 3, Liriano, Crick, and Vasquez. After that, I'd go with Rookie Davis, and then, Jeff Hartlieb and Richard Rodriguez just have not been reliable. I'd go Rich Rod over Jeff, but still, I wouldn't want to throw either of those 2 in high-leverage situations. It's tough. It's tough when you have 22 players on the injury list and you have guys like Keone, Kela, and Nick Birdie on their injury list. It's tough to have that bullpen. And you still have Edgar Santana recovering from Tommy John surgery. So what do you do? Where do the Pirates go from here? They try calling up more people. As they have tried. Montana DiRappa, we saw how that worked out. Jeff Hartlieb's call-up hasn't worked out. Where do you go from here? What is the solution? And that's the question that has to be answered. By Clint Hurdle, by Neil Huntington. If they can figure out that question and give us an answer, we're going to be in good shape. Because, listen, we look at the trajectory of this Pirates team and sort of how they've done month by month now. April, they went 12-13. Offense abysmal, batting .231, pitching amazing, 3.26 ERA. We get to May. We bat .272. If you would have told me we bat .272 in the month of May, I mean, we're dominating. But we didn't because the pitching didn't show up. And a large part of that is due to the injuries of Jameson Taillon and Trevor Williams. But there needs to be somebody that steps up and takes that role. Somebody needs to be the one that steps up and says, hey, I'm the guy that's going to go in there and I'm going to take this role and go with it. Because we need that guy. We can't keep pushing ceaselessly into the wind. It doesn't. It's insanity. It is. And yes, it is extremely tough when you have 3 guys you can rely on and 4 rookies. One of them being named Rookie Davis. And I like Clay Holmes. He has really turned himself into a nice pitcher. But really, let's say you have to cover 6 through 9. You go Liriano 2, Crick 1, Vasquez 1. You can't keep doing that night after night. There has to be somebody that steps up. Clay Holmes and Rookie Davis have done a pretty good job out of the bullpen. I've liked what I've seen from them so far. Richard Rodriguez and Jeff Hartlieb, that's a different story. I'm not sure why Montana DiRappa has not been recalled and Richard Rodriguez has been sent down. I mean, and here's the thing with Richard. I figured out what is wrong with him. The fastball that he was getting swings and misses on last season, he's not getting swings and misses on. He's getting that ball hit out of the ballpark at an alarming rate. He is. And you look at his off speed, and we know that his off speed stuff isn't that good. But when his fastball, when he was getting the swings and misses at the rate he was last year, I mean, guys, Richard Rodriguez had as many strikeouts as Felipe Vasquez did last year. That's how good he was. If he can figure out that